Okay, there's probably nobody watching this right now, so I'm going to take a minute to like announce to my Instagram followers that I'm live on eBay or eBay, live on YouTube because I haven't been here for a while, and then get started. Hopefully, some people will join us. It's been so long since I've been on YouTube that I don't think anybody's gonna watch. If they don't, that's okay. This video can be rewatched later down the road. Let me get on Instagram and tell people that I'm here because I'm never here. Hi, PJ. I have one watcher right now. I'm so excited. I haven't been here forever, so I thought this would be a good chance to update everybody of where I've been. And don't mind my mess behind me. This is my working office, so it gets a little messy. Hang on just a second. Hey guys, I am live on YouTube right now. If you follow the link in the description box or in my bio, you'll find me. Come over to my YouTube channel and hang out with me while I do my shipping. I'll see you there. Okay, so if you haven't watched my channel before, I'm Jen. This is a YouTube channel that used to be our family vlog channel, and now it is reselling and Instacart. But pretty much like our little side business channel. It's where we put all different kinds of information about growing an eBay business and doing Instacart if you're an Instacart shopper. My Instacart videos have been doing really well, and I haven't posted one in months and months. And I'm really sorry. I will be doing more, but Instacart is not nearly as exciting for me as it was when I first started, and I'll get into all of that as we go. But first, I am going to show you what I sold this weekend on eBay. I'm going to be working on, of course, I get live, and the dogs are like, let me outside. You gotta go ask somebody else. Go get somebody else to let you out. Anyway, I'll show you what I sold on eBay so far this weekend. I had 8 sales, which after the holidays, 8 sales is pretty good for me. I was doing really well leading up to Christmas, and then I did take a couple weeks off as far as listing new items. I was still working my business and sending offers and keeping on top of my shipping, but I didn't list anything new for a couple of weeks, and I think eBay punished me for that. So I'm just slowly building back momentum with getting regular sales. So I did sell 8 items so far. I still have all day tomorrow to go through because tomorrow the post office is closed. Hello, puppy love. 1011 is the username. Coaster boy, hi. It's been a while. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm going to show you what I shipped, tell you a little bit about what's going on with eBay business with Instacart, and then work on my shipping. And I might stay live for that, or I might not. I don't know. But the first thing, let me get my before we do anything else, I have a pile. Hang on a second. Here's all of my yeah, I'm in my pajamas too. Just a whole mess. My office is a mess. My outfit's a mess. Fun, fun, fun. I have invoices here so I can tell you how much everything sold for. But the first thing that sold this weekend was this. This is a clay tequila shot glass. It's signed by the artist. It sold for $5.59 plus shipping. So none of these are really huge sales. I'd be really excited if some of my more expensive stuff started selling, but to have 8 sales total is exciting for me, and is definitely showing that momentum is coming back finally to my store. But yeah, that was a $5.59 sale, and I think I picked this up for like 10 cents. So my as far as like what the turnaround was, my investment based on what I sold it for. This was a good pickup. Probably wouldn't pick it up again, but hey, it's $5.50 I didn't have yesterday. The next thing that sold this weekend, and this is something I actually have 2 very similar items. These always sell for me, and they always sell fairly quickly. These two actually took a little bit longer than most to sell, but this one is a long denim jumper, and I always use modest or modesty in the title because the long denim sells like crazy. Always really good for me. Commonwealth Picker, hello. I just randomly decided I've been waiting and waiting to have time to film and edit a YouTube video. And tonight I was just like, I'm just going to go live. everybody keeps asking me when I'm going to be back on YouTube, and why not just do it live? That seems to be the easiest way to get back into the groove of it. So if I ramble a little bit, I'm out of practice. Thank you so much for watching and saying hello. I'm just showing what I sold this weekend. But this, yeah, this was a women's jumper. I always, the long length denim, especially in the larger sizes, this was a women's size 20. These always do really well for me. And this sold for 13 plus shipping. And this one, that was a jumper, so like it goes over the shirt. This one was just a long, modest skirt. And this one sold for 12.50. It was a size 14. Everything sold plus, like with the buyer paying shipping, except for one item. I also sold this belt buckle. It is, you can see it. It's a CB radio themed belt buckle. This sold for $11.25 plus the buyer paying shipping. This was an accepted offer to Watcher, and it actually was one of my Instagram followers that purchased this. So I was really, really excited about that. I love it. I love how this community really supports each other. There are lots of sellers that support other sellers, and I think that's really cool. I just think that's just the neatest thing ever. Hopefully you guys can see and hear me okay. I got an iPad for Christmas and I've never had one before, and that's what I'm using to film this on. So I don't know how it's going to turn out. I've never done anything with it like this before, so it's going to be like a test of the iPad's quality. Okay, this is the one thing that sold with free shipping. It is a woven shoulder bag. This is kind of funny. This sold for $16 with free shipping. It was also an accepted offer to Watcher. And right after it sold, I got a message from the buyer asking if I would bubble wrap it and not fold it when I shipped it. So I don't exactly know why they want it bubble wrapped, maybe because of the wood button. But I think what is more the case is they have probably gotten stuff from eBay or from other online sellers where it's just been thrown in a plastic bag and shipped to them. And they probably are just hoping that it was treated with a little bit of care. But I always package my stuff as if I would, like the way I would want it to be packaged, so they don't have to worry. I wouldn't have normally put bubble wrap on it, except for maybe around the button, but I will just put a sheet of bubble wrap around it just to make them happy and keep, from upsetting anybody, because I don't want to do that. But that bag, yeah, $16 with free shipping. And then this this sold. This is a vintage New York City snow globe. Has the Twin Towers in it. There's not a lot of water left in it, as you can see. And this side here is really scratched up. This had actually sold a few months ago. But the buyer sent me a message and they asked if the scratches were really visible because they had OCD, and they were worried that if the scratches were very visible, it would bother them. So I replied honestly. I said, yeah, you can really see the scratches. So they were very kind and they asked politely if they could cancel their order. And I said yes. And now it has sold again. So this sold for $9 with $3.99 shipping. And of course, it's cute. I love it. In fact, if it didn't sell, it wouldn't have broken my heart because I actually had it sitting up here on my desk. Some of the cuter stuff I just decorate my desk with. And that was one of the items. This little sweetie, this is a Beatrix Potter, what's her name? Lady Mouse plush by the brand Eden. You see the tag. She's vintage. She has some condition issues. She's missing, there was like something that went on the front of her little cap here. She has, where's it at? There's some like tearing and staining up here of the lace. So she sold for $7.50 plus shipping, but she's still a darling little thing. And the final sale of the weekend thus far is this. This is I don't want to peel off that sticker, but it's a Walt Disney World rubber refrigerator magnet. Um, put a little photo right there, so it's like a little photo frame. This sold for $6.39 with $3.99 shipping. That's what I sold this weekend. Not a ton of stuff and not anything like really high dollar. But what did sell, I'm really happy about because finally my numbers are going back up. I have listed consistently for a week now, and I think that is helping. fingers crossed. I really have a lot of big goals for this year in 2020 as far as my business goes. And I need to sell a lot more than 8 items in a weekend. So I'm getting there. And I'm just going to just keep pushing myself and listing more and being more vigilant and also sourcing better. I need to start sourcing better items. So that way, when I do have a weekend that has 8 sales, hopefully that is the dollar amount is higher because it's higher priced stuff. I do have higher priced stuff in my store, but it seems like I have a lot of this kind of stuff, which is great, but I need to have less of this and more of higher dollar stuff. But anyway, while I start getting everything ready to package up and ship, I'm going to give you guys a quick Instacart update as well for any of you who might watch me for Instacart content. If you follow me on Instagram, I used to talk a lot about Instacart over there, and I would like take you along with me on my day and show you, like talk to you as I was whenever I would get an order and tell you about the order and talk about how much money I was making on Instacart. And then I just kind of stopped. And that's because Instacart pretty much stopped giving me orders. I have noticed when I first started that our town only had, I think we had 10 shoppers. Now I think we have 30. And that's a lot of competition. It's a lot of competition. And it seems like since I becoming a little bit more informed about Instacart and how they work is that your first couple of weeks on Instacart, you get slammed with orders. You're getting a lot of orders. Um, Number one, to kind of train you, to get you to learn the, the system and how everything works. And then, I guess there's no number two. They want you to learn. But what happens is there doesn't seem to be a cutoff on how many shoppers are allowed in any zone. So you get a lot of new shoppers who are getting the majority of the orders to get them trained, which leaves us old shoppers, the ones that were there first, with very little orders, very little batches to complete. So this summer I was pretty busy for a while. I was making at the peak I was making about 400 a week, but then they changed things up and they changed it from instead of just having scheduled hours and getting batches during your scheduled hours, they opened it up to we got it on demand service. So we can still schedule hours, but if the people who are on scheduled hours, if they're all busy shopping a batch and a new batch comes in, that goes out to every single Instacart shopper that there is, whether you're on a shift or not. They'll send out that order to everybody. And well, actually, if you're on a shift, you don't get the offer because obviously you're already shopping. But everybody who's not currently shopping gets offered the same batch, and it's a race to who can get it first. Once they started doing that, the amount of money I was making just dropped. I went from making about $400 a week to 150 if I was lucky, because what would happen was you'd shop a batch and then instead of there being ones behind it, stacking up, like, okay, here's the next one, here's the next one, all the ones that were coming in behind were being offered to everybody and they were being taken. So if when I was on a shift, I was lucky to get 2 batches. That was a good day if I could get two. Which meant you have to have your phone in your hand on the ready. So as soon as an offer comes in or as soon as an order comes in, you can grab it before anybody else. And that's just really not feasible. Who can just sit there and stare at their phone all day long? So I tried it as best as I could. I was still scheduling some hours, just not as many. And I had 2 really great weeks where Instacart gave me a bunch of batches when I was on shift. I was able to grab on demand orders when I wasn't. And I was actually thought I was building up my money and then, or, like my ability to get batches and all that. I don't know how it all works. I feel like there's some kind of system to it that I can't understand. But what happened was I had 2 really great weeks and then it just stopped. I went 2.5 weeks with shifts scheduled and wasn't offered a single batch the entire time. So 2 weeks worth of shifts and never once given an order. It seemed like I wasn't getting as many on demand orders coming through to even try to get a chance to grab them. And so I started just I'm now no longer able to schedule hours because you have to shop so many hours to have access to schedule your hours. Um, and so by the time I'm allowed to schedule my hours, because normally you can schedule them on a Sunday, but now I have to wait till Wednesday. By the time I can actually schedule hours, all the hours are gone. I have to go on a wait list. So I'm at this point just grabbing on demand orders when I see them. And I kind of stopped worrying about it because what had happened was when I stopped being able to get batches and I stopped being able to shop for Instacart as frequently as I was, I still had to make up that money that I was making. And so I started working harder on eBay. I started listing more. I started spending more hours in my day taking pictures, working on listings, setting up store policies. I started working eBay harder, and guess what happened? I started making more money on eBay. So it was almost like a blessing in disguise where so much of my energy and effort was going to Instacart. And when that kind of got taken away from me, I was forced to focus on eBay more, which is my dream. Like, my dream is not to be a grocery shopper. My dream is to have a successful online reselling business. So it was out of my control. I couldn't do Instacart as much, so I had to focus more on eBay. And guess what happened? My business got stronger and it started making more money for me. So at this point in time, it's not that I'm not doing Instacart, I'm just not worried about it. If I happen to be available and a batch comes through and I can take it, I take it. I won't take anything less than $30. I get a ton that come through that's $9, $7, $13. But if it doesn't pay at least like $28 or more, I don't even bother looking at it. I've only grabbed, I've only been able to grab 2 batches in the last month, but it is what it is. I mean, eBay needs to be my focus, and I will make a designated full video about Instacart and what I've learned, and do more shop with me's when I get the opportunity to. But for the most part, a lot of the content on this channel is just going to be solely eBay related. I think if you guys like the live format, I'll do more live videos. If you prefer more edited videos, I will do those when I can. It's just, I have to, I have to fill it out. I only have so many hours in the day, and I really do want to put more time and effort into YouTube. I just haven't. I don't really have an excuse for it. I just haven't done it. So, and I know Will wants, my husband, he wants to make videos on here too. So if you have, content that you prefer to see, like if you want to see filmed haul videos of what we're shopping for when we're outsourcing, if you'd prefer just this like open chit chatty format, let us know. If you want us to talk about the whys and the hows of our business, we can do that too. I don't really want to teach anybody because I'm still learning. So I don't want anybody to be like, oh, look at her. She's just starting a business. She's trying to teach people. I'm not trying to teach anybody. Like, I may talk about little tips here and there that I've picked up, but it's not because I think my way is the best way. It's just because that's what I know. But I'm not here to teach anybody. I just want to share the journey. So let me know whatever type of videos you want to see. I saw a comment on the iPad because I'm on my iPad. It's my first time doing a live from here. I don't know what to click to make the comments come back. So if I accidentally turn this off, I'm really sorry. But I want to try to see how I can get the comments back. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't want to get that close to the camera. Okay, there we go. Comments are back on here. Coaster Boy said, I love both. Just do what feels best. Yeah, thank you. I think I'm just gonna do what feels best. Like tonight, I felt like coming on and being live, so here I am live. I don't know if I should cut it off there. I feel like I've updated you and told you what's going on, or if I should keep going and start packaging up my stuff. I don't know. I do want to start making shipping videos. For anybody watching this back, there's only a couple people watching right now, but anybody watching back, if you watch the channel Melissa, Mellissa, which is Fresh Blooming Clothing, is her eBay store. She makes the most fun shipping videos. Sometimes they're like 4 hours long. No joke. This is 4 hours of her sitting at her desk and shipping. Now, mind you, I wouldn't want to make a 4 hour long video because I couldn't imagine how long that takes to export and upload. But she makes these shipping videos where she sits and she packages up her items all pretty. I'm live. Okay, thank you. One of my kids. She ships She packages up her items from eBay all pretty, and she just sits and talks to the camera. She like talks about the weather, and she does it edited. Where I think if I did it, I'd probably do that live because I couldn't imagine having to edit like 6 hours of myself shipping. I'd never do that, and I wouldn't be live for 6 hours. But I love her shipping videos, and I do want to make some of my own because I ship kind of similar to how she does. I make everything look all pretty. Like this will go, I'll put a little piece of bubble wrap around it just to protect it, and then I'll wrap it all pretty up in tissue paper and slip it into an envelope, and it's, I like to make my stuff look fun. So I do my shipping a lot like her, and I think that shipping videos like that would be a good fit on this channel because they'd be chatty and I could catch you all up on things, which is what I kind of intended to do tonight, but there's not a lot of people watching, so I would have to keep thinking of things to say, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of running out of things to say. So I might cut it off right here unless anybody watching has any questions. I just wanted to update you and let you know that we are still here. I do intend to make more content on this channel. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly I want to do and if I want to have a set schedule. Obviously, I can't do it split 50-50 eBay and Instacart because I'm just not doing Instacart that much anymore. And that's okay. I mean, part of me is kind of bummed that it fell off and I lost the ability to really work it and as much as I wanted to and make as much as I wanted to off of it. But like I say, I think that it was meant to be. I think that I was kind of, it was supposed to happen because it forced me to put the energy back into eBay. And to be honest with you, my eBay's doing really well. It's not growing as quickly as I had anticipated. I had actually expected a lot faster growth, but it is growing steadily, and the sales that I'm getting are becoming closer together. I'm starting to have days where I'll have 5 or 6 sales on a weekday, just in one day. And to many of you, that probably sounds like nothing, but for me, that's a really big deal. And I'm so excited about it. It's just, I don't know. You guys are really cool. How did you get into Instacart? Not very educated on it, but was it just something you just started and didn't need? Oh, hang on, I'm so sorry. I can't read apparently. Let me reread that message. Okay. Coaster Boy says, how did you get into Instacart? Not very educated on it, but was it just something you just started and didn't need to get accepted into? This thing. Or will it be worth it? Is it worth it? Okay, so Instacart, I think I get what you're asking. There is a YouTube channel, Pat D's. He is a reseller. He does Instacart. My husband last winter found his channel, and he told me, he's like, hey, this guy does grocery shopping for other people, and I think that may be something you might like to do, because before my aunt passed away, I grocery shopped for her every week, and I loved it. Like, I even talked about, like, maybe I could make this a business, and she was going to tell her friends about it and see if any of her friends wanted to hire me to do their shopping, and sadly she ended up having to go to the nursing home and eventually passed away, so we never got that far. But because of that, and Will knew how much I enjoyed shopping for her, when he heard about Instacart through Pat D's YouTube channel, he told me about it. And so all you have to do is, on your phone, there's the Instacart app, which is if you're a shopper, which, by the way, don't use the Instacart app to order your groceries. Check and see if your local grocery store like Kroger, Aldi, if you can order from their website and select delivery from their website, do it that way. You'll actually get the sale prices, the in-store sale prices that way, and they still use Instacart shoppers to do the delivery. Just a side note. But anyway, there's the Instacart app, and that's for if you're ordering groceries. And then there's the Instacart Shopper app, and that's what you want to download. So I downloaded the Instacart Shopper app, and then from there, you essentially fill out your application, which you have to give them your full name, a photo of your driver's license, and submit it, and then let them know like what area you live. You give them your address, your zip code, all of that. And I think it took about 10 days to 2 weeks. They clear your background check and your driving records, as long as your driving record's fine and your background check clears. Then they will send you a notification that you've been accepted, And from there, you get to start shopping. And they accept everybody, apparently. I have yet to figure out if there's a cap. I mean, I personally feel like there should be a cap off, like, okay, we have enough shoppers for this area, but I don't think they do that. And if they do, it's rare. So I, in my earlier videos when I first started doing this, I was really excited about it. I was like, this is for everybody. Everybody should do this. This is easy money. And I still think that it is, but I think that they do oversaturate. So if you, I wouldn't like count on it to be a full-time job, like to supplement a full-time income. But if it's something that you want to try out just to like make a little bit of extra money here or there, I definitely think it's worth it. Um, just remember and keep in the back of your mind that when you sign up those first couple of weeks, they're going to give you a lot of orders. That's what hooks you to get you like, oh, like, yeah, this is awesome. It will eventually taper off and they won't be as frequent, but it is a great option for making extra money, and it is fun. Like, I absolutely loved doing Instacart, and I still do. Like, when I can grab an order, I will grab it because it's fun for me. Like, I like going grocery shopping. One thing I would say to people is I wouldn't recommend it if you don't feel safe in your area. Like, if you don't live in the best area, maybe not. If it's not a good idea to go to strangers' homes, maybe don't do Instacart. But something else to keep in mind is that you don't ever have to take an order. So if you accept an order and then you look at the address and you're like, oh, I shouldn't be delivering there, then call Instacart, tell them you don't feel safe doing the delivery, and they'll take it away. Don't ever do anything that doesn't make you feel safe. But otherwise, I think Instacart's great. Just I think Instacart is great as long as you remember that this is not going to be like, you're not going to get rich doing Instacart. You're just not. But I think what they pay is fair. There are a lot of people out there that say that they don't think Instacart payment is fair. They don't think that they're getting paid enough for what they're doing. I personally think that it's appropriate. Sorry, I have a little bit of cold. There's a group of people that are fighting for like more fair pay with Instacart, but I think that it pays just great. When I figure it out, I'm making about $25 an hour doing it, so that's not bad. Too bad I couldn't do it 8 hours a day. But yeah, it's good for side money. And I'm rambling because I'm nervous. It's been so long since I've been live on YouTube. I'm like super duper nervous. I don't know why. But yeah, that's it. I think that I'm going to work on shipping this stuff. I'll go through real quick how I'm going to ship everything. So if you are doing eBay and you don't know, obviously big, heavy clothing items like this, a lot of clothing can go first class mail, but the heavier denim has to go priority mail. And if I were just to put this in a regular poly mailer bag, which is if I were just to slip it in a little bag like this to mail it, it would cost, my guess would be, depending on where it's going, between $8.50 and $10. But what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put the denim items in the flat rate bubble mailer, and that will make it $7. Obviously this one I cut open. I'll get a fresh one, but that'll make it $7.33. Something that I don't see a lot of people talking about with the flat rate. Let's see here. This is the flat rate envelope, and this is like, I think it's six something. I can't remember off the top of my head now what it is. But a lot of people don't talk about these, and I tend to use these a lot. So if this will fit, it has to be able to close. All right, so I don't know if this one is going to fit. See, this has to be able to fold over the top, and I don't think that's going to happen. But nobody really talks very much about using these, and these are actually cheaper than the padded mailers. So keep that in mind. This is the regular flat rate envelope. Use those when you can. I think actually this one will fit in there. Yeah, this one's going to go in the flat rate envelope. Nobody ever talks about these, so I'm talking about it. Flat rate envelopes for the win. They're even better than the padded flat rates. That's my tip of the day. All right, next time I come on here, I'm going to take a few deep breaths so I don't feel so nervous, because I do. I feel super duper nervous right now. and I don't know why. So apparently I need to do live videos more often so I don't feel this way. I am going to go. If you're watching this back, I'm sorry that I've rambled. Leave your comment or your questions down in the comment section down below. We have been entirely lucky and we've been able to keep our comments through this entire change of YouTube. Even though we did make family videos, I think because my kids are a little older, we didn't fall into that 4 kids demographic, and we had our comments taken away way back when that first happened, but I was able to put them back on with no issue. I think only 3 of our videos are deemed 4 kids, and those don't have comments on it, but otherwise we have been so lucky with eBay that we've been able to, or with YouTube, that we've been able to keep our comments, and I'm really thankful for it, especially now that we're not making family content so much. There will occasionally be a family video that will go up, but that will be over on the other channel. You will still see the kids in these videos when we're outsourcing. I just have to figure out what and how I'm going to get this channel rejuvenated, and what it's going to look like. So in the comment section, you can leave any questions that you have for me about Instacart, or about my eBay store, like what I sell. I think that my eBay store link is in the description box down below. If it's not, I will add it. But yeah, if you have any questions about Instacart or eBay, ask them. If you have any suggestions for what you want to see on this channel, leave that in the comment section. I really want to hear it. I'm excited to bring this channel back. I just don't really know how to do that. Especially because I was so gung-ho where there was going to be a lot of Instacart content, and now it doesn't look like there's going to, because I don't do that very much anymore. So I need to figure out like what my niche is going to be as far as what I'm going to talk about with eBay, because there's a lot of eBay YouTubers, and I don't want to be a teaching channel so much because I'm still learning. So I need to figure out what I want to share. Like, do you just want to see what we're buying and what's selling? Because I love to see what people sell. I love to watch the haul when people buy a bunch of stuff. And then I love to watch something like how I started this video tonight, showing you what sold, because that tells me what I need to buy. Like 100% buy long denim skirts. They always sell. Always, always. I have yet to have bought a long denim skirt that hasn't sold. Even short denim skirts sell for me, but especially the long ones. Just make sure when you list it, you use modest or modesty for your keywords in the title and in the description box. Yeah, I like to see what sells because that shows me what's going to sell. I like to buy plush, but it needs to be unique plush. Like obviously when I saw her, I didn't realize she was Beatrix Potter. I didn't realize that till after I got home and did my research. But I knew this cute little mouse face had to be something. So plush, I like to sell. It's not a huge moneymaker, but if you're buying enough of it, or if you happen to find a nice rare one, like one time I found Littlefoot from The Land Before Time, and he sold for $45 on Etsy. You just never know. So let me know. What do you want to see? Do you want to see what we're buying? Do you want to see what we're selling? Do you want me to make shipping videos where I just ramble at the camera for an hour and do my shipping? Let me know. Leave it in the comment section down below. For the couple of you who've watched, thank you so much. Hopefully more of you will watch this back. Don't mind my messy office. It is definitely a mess, but I'm busy working. That's just how it's going to be. Thank you again, and I'm Jen. Don't forget to subscribe. I know this isn't the most put together video, but if you did like it, and hit the bell if you want notified the next time I decide to come on here. Maybe we can make live Sunday night videos a regular thing. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, let me know that too. Okay, I'm gonna go before I make more of a fool of myself. Have a great night. Hopefully I won't be so nervous next time. Bye.